Right, good morning. It's Saturday, 5 to 7 in the morning. I'm at a bit of a loose end, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing today. I didn't have plans to go anywhere, but the idea of sitting indoors for the day is driving me insane. So I've come out, got my morning coffee, and I'm going to hit the road. I'm just going to follow my nose though, because I haven't looked. I've been back from Wales for a week now, and this is my first weekend back in Stevenage, and like I say, I've got nothing to do. I don't know where to go or anything. But on a positive side, I'm going back to Wales on Friday for another almost 10 days, I think it is again, because the bank holiday weekend's approaching, the end of May 1. So I'm going to go down next Friday evening, all over the bank holiday, all of that week, and then come back the following Sunday night. So a good bit of time there. Hopefully the weather will be nice again and I'll get out and about and view something nice. I'm tempted to go back to those castles that I missed out on in Bridgend. I would like to get in the grounds there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. As they're not far away from where I'm staying, it don't take long to get there, and it's a relatively easy drive, so I think I'll do that. Right, what else have I got to report? Tomorrow morning I've got my echocardiogram at Lister Hospital in Stevenage. When they were talking to me on the phone, they give me a bunch of times to pick from right through the day, and I just decided to go with the one that was early in the morning because I need to get it out of the way. I want to get it done. I don't want to sit there all day on a Sunday worrying about what was to come, so I'll just grab the earliest slot. So 20 past 8 I'll be having some contrast injected into my veins, and then some imagery took of my heart, having a look at all the blood vessels and veins and arteries to make sure there's no problems. I have mentioned this before, but it's starting to play on my mind a bit now. I'm worried about the procedure and I'm worried about the results, but I'm trying to remain positive, because this way I'm going to get some fucking answers about what's going on with me, whether I have got problems with my heart. Anyway, enough of that. I'm over Old Warden at the minute. I've come back up to St Leonard's Church. I ain't done any filming of it. It's another redundant church that I've been to a couple of times. I did make a video on it when I first arrived, when I first come here a year or so ago. It is a redundant one, and it's just undergone some restoration. Last time I was here there was all scaffolding around it. I think, well, yeah, they've been working on the roof. But the church is still closed. Apparently it's closed for repairs, which is a shame, because I want to get back in there again. I want to refilm it. I want to do it again, because it is a fucking stunning one on the inside. And there's a mausoleum over there as well, which I went to with Sam, but unfortunately that was when I had the other GoPro, the GoPro 8, and I lost a shitload of footage, which is such a shame, because the mausoleum was a proper fucking creepy one. It was pretty cool. So I could go in there now, but I'm going to wait until it's all opened back up and I can do another video on the church and the mausoleum itself, because it is a glorious place. And I was pretty gutted that I lost the footage from the other GoPro. Anyway, so I'm going to follow the road now. I'm going to drive through Old Warden and have a nosy through the villages and just see what I can find, really. I've got a bunch of supplies with me today. I've got some lunch with me, and I've got water, and I've got coffee, and I've got some juice, and yeah, I've got all that I need today. I've got a day to kill, but I think this afternoon I'm going to be meeting Sam for a while. We're going to go and meet up and have a coffee, so that'll be nice. But for now, I'm going to have a drive around and see what I can find. that was the All Saints Church in Copel, I think it's pronounced, Copel or Coppel, something like that, in Bedfordshire. I found that just by accident. Looks like a lovely little place, but of course it's locked up. Oh, never mind. It was worth stopping just for a quick nosy. Like I say, I've been in Old Warden, and I'm just cruising around the country lanes, and when I see a little tower or a sign with parish council on it, I have a bit of a hunt to see whether there's a church. So I come across that one. It was worth a walk, but unfortunate that I couldn't get in. Anyway, I'm heading back out into the middle of nowhere now, so God knows where I'm going to end up. I mean, I'm quite up high just here. I've got quite a good view, although it's quite a heavy mist line about today. But I'm hoping, just doing what I'm doing, just cruising around the country lanes, I'll find another church. Now, I ain't too far away from Stevenage neither. I'm only, I don't know, 20 miles away, so not too far out. I didn't want to go too far today. I need to conserve some of this fuel for the week now. So, but I still wanted to get out and about and do something. You know, I didn't just want to walk around the local, you know, around Stevenage to get my steps up. I wanted to come out and just have a look at something nice, because it puts you in a better mood. You know what I mean? Or it does me. You know, being somewhere else, somewhere new, looking at countryside, not just the churches, but the countryside itself, being in the middle of nowhere, is somewhere where I need to be. So that's why I'm doing this today, although it is only just gone 8 o'clock in the morning now. Right, I found another church. I'm just down the road in a place called North Hill now. I have no idea what the church is called, but it's a nice little place by the looks of it. So I doubt very much whether the church is going to be open, but I'm going to go and have a walk around the ground. So let's go find out, eh? Well, that was St Mary the Virgin Church in North Hill, and you can guess it was shut. Never mind, again, it was worth having a nosy on the outside. Looks like a quiet little village. I still would think that you know, churches that are located out the way in little villages would be open a little bit more, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It's funny. Doesn't matter where I travel, some are open, some are not. You know, there's no routine. You know, sometimes you'll find a busy area and the church is wide open, you know, where you wouldn't expect it. It's strange. Maybe it's different for every village, I don't know. I wish there was a way that, you know, people like myself, or people that use churches for their religious activities, I wish there was like some form of master key or something, so these people could go and have a look inside the church whenever they see fit. Again, like the one in Stevenage, the St Nicholas Church that I've been trying to get into. You know, it's open 3 afternoons in the week, but every time I go there, it's always busy, and that's not what I want. I want to go in there when it's closed, when it's quiet, sorry, and I can go and take a few pictures and do a bit of videoing. You know, that's what I want to do, not join other people or disturb other people while they're doing their religious activities. You know, I just want to go and be left alone to have a hunt around, but it weren't meant to be, not at the moment. But I've got a bit of a funny story about that. Now, St Nicholas Church in Stevenage was used for a polling station back in the local elections, and one of my duties at work was to drop off polling stations and booths and bits and pieces. So I arranged with the poll clerk to go into the church. She had a key, and she was gonna give me a bit of a tour around, you know, just me and her. And I thought, yeah, excellent. So I got all the kit together, got my GoPro, took some pictures from the outside, and phoned her up, and I says, I'm outside, can you come and let me in? And she come over, but the key that she was issued didn't bloody work, did it? So there was no way for me on that day to get in. She said I could go back on voting day and do some pictures, but on that day I wasn't around. I was trekking down to Wales, I think, that day, so that didn't happen. So again, St Nicholas Church is still beating me, but I'm not going to give up. One day I will get in there on my own and get some footage and some pictures of the inside. It has to be done one way or another. I'll probably send him another email, or I know I've met the vicar down there before. He's hired out one of the parks that I look after for a carol singing event a couple of years ago, so I'm hoping it's the same guy. If it is, he was a really nice chap, and I'm sure he will let me in to have a nosy about, you know, when the church is officially closed. So fingers crossed. Well, that was the All Saints Church in Campton. Lovely little church. Spotted it from the side of the road. Had a walk around the grounds. Obviously I can't get in. Seems to be the way today. I'm not having a lot of success. I think that was, what's that, the 4th church I've been to today without getting inside. But it's a chance you take. I should be used to it by now, but anyway, onward we go. Right, I'm heading towards Gravenhurst now. There's something in the back of my mind about being in Gravenhurst before, and I think there's a church there. Actually, I think there's two there. I think there's a redundant one and an operational one. And now the operational one I didn't manage to get into, if memory serves. I'm sure that was it. I'm sure it was Gravenhurst, and I sat in a play area with a jet boil going, if memory serves. I do, you know, I come out quite frequently, as you know, visiting backstreet places, you know, countryside and that sort of thing. But because I do it so often now, it all sort of blurs into one, you know, which is pretty bad. If I was a professional YouTuber, I'd do my research first and then come out. But I get no joy from doing the research. You know, I just like hitting the road and seeing what I can find. But usually I'd go a little bit further afield, but I'm not doing that today because I need to conserve a little bit of fuel and save a little bit of money for my Wales trip next week. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Even if I have been here before and visited both of the churches before, it's going to look a little bit different today because the weather is a bit claggy today, a bit grey, you know, there's a bit of drizzle in the air, but it adds to the atmospherics, like I've mentioned before, you know. Even going back to another place, even going back to the same place to have another look, it still can be just as enjoyable as visiting it for the first time. Anyway, let's see what we can find. So, St Mary's Church in Gravenhurst. Now, I have been here before, obviously, I think probably 2, 3, 4 times now, but it was nice to get in one which was open. Definitely needed that today. That makes me feel a little bit better, and I don't mind doing a return visit to some of the favourites. I think what I'm going to do for the rest of the day is probably give up on the churches now and just head through the countryside and find some bridle ways to walk round, stay out in the countryside for a bit, although it does feel like the weather's about to turn and the rain's going to hit. But I'll give it a go, see what happens, get my steps up, maybe go and get a cup of coffee somewhere, I think. But yeah, this one is I love this one. I don't know what it is about this one. No, can't put my finger on it. I would be repeating myself, you know, saying it's the location and what it looks like on the inside, but I don't know, there's something a little bit extra special about this one that makes this one a little bit more unique. Don't know what it is. I don't know. Can't explain it, but I'm chuffed that I come back. Right, I'm in a place called Pollux Hill. Pollux Hill, I think that's how it's pronounced. Now, as you see, there was a church back there, St James's Church. That was all locked up. But there is a massive nature reserve around here. I think it's called Rushmead, and there's a public trail, but there's a lot of farmlands here. There's a lot of signs up saying cattle will soon be arriving, and then it's going to be here till the autumn, but I can't see anything at the minute. I think they've not arrived yet. It just says keep dogs on leads, all that sort of stuff. But what a wonderful place to come for a little walk. I'm impressed with this one. A little gem of a find. This will definitely keep me occupied for a little while and get my steps up to where they need to be. I didn't bring the jet boil or anything with me though. It's in the car. I mean, it's not too far away if I want to get it. I don't know, we'll see what happens once I've done the walk. I don't need any supplies at the minute. I had a drink and everything in the car, so I'm all right for now, but it would have been nice to stop out here for a coffee. But there are a few other walkers around. Not that that's a major problem, but you know me, I prefer to be left alone to have a drink or walk, to be honest. Anyway, I'm going to have an amble around, trying to avoid the electric fence just there. I don't want to lean on that. Mind you, it might make me walk a bit faster, I suppose. Anyway, let's see what else is about. So it would seem Pollux Hill has got some a little bit of history behind it. Apparently there are records of a fort or castle in the parish, but apparently the remains are on private land and are not viewable without the landowner's permission, so who knows. There was also a woman here called Elizabeth Oakall who was hanged in Bedford in 1596 for practicing witchcraft. And apparently as well, there was in 1680 it was thought that gold had been discovered in the village and a mine was established. This was soon, however, abandoned shortly afterwards. It is believed what was actually discovered was flakes of mica in quartz, giving the appearance of gold. So there you are, that's that. And apparently, according to the census of this place, there's about, at last count, there was 985 people living here. So there you are, cute little place, a little bit of history, brilliant place to come for a walk, a lot of nature around. I'm going to put this in my book for a place to revisit. You know, bring some supplies with me, but I'll do it on a much better day than what it is today, because it's a bit too grey and misty to fire up the jet boil out there. I'd sooner do it on a nice day, you know, a bit of blue sky and all that. Anyway, yeah, let's move on. Right, I'm at a church in Harlington now, and there's actually parking in the churchyard itself, but I'm not too sure whether this one's going to be open, but we'll give it a go. I'll have a walk round, see what happens, but I'm not holding up much hope. To feel a little bit irritated now by coming to these churches and having them locked up. You know, it seems to be all too common. You know, I get it, I get the whole scenario with, you know, they want the churches protected, okay, they don't want them vandalized, but then I kind of get the feeling that there is people out there that are very protective of their churches, as in not wanting other people to go in unless it's open for a service or something, you know. It just is so fucking irritating. I truly believe, there's a tight turning, sorry, yeah, I truly believe, hand on heart, that that they'd get a little bit more interest if the churches were open a lot more regularly for members of the public to go and have a look around, you know. But yes, I do get that they need to be monitored and looked after. You don't want any, it's a contradiction, isn't it? You don't want any Tom, Dick and Harry in there, but you also want them open for members of the public to go and have a look at, because I think it'll encourage more people in, and is part of the community, isn't it? It is, you know, a public space. Anyone at all can enter a church, you know, but we shouldn't have to be dependent on services and people unlocking and such like. You know, I do apologise for that little bit of ranting, you know. it is a rather, you know, a personal thing to me. I'm irritated, like I say, easily when things don't go my way, you know. And yeah, I do believe churches should be a little bit more accessible a lot more of the bloody time. I guess one way of doing it, right, was maybe you could pay to visit the churches, like a little slot machine thing. You know how you pay to use a toilet in certain places, don't you? You put 20p in the slot and the toilet door opens. Maybe they could do that sort of thing with a church. Maybe I'd be happy to pay £1 per visit. I think it would be well worth it. You know, you take a few quid with you and visit a church, pop it in, door opens, the money could go to restoration of the church or maintenance on the church, you know. Everybody wins. Could be worth thinking about. I don't know, I'd give that idea too, but then they'd probably say, well, if we do that and you put £1 in, then you still run the risk of the place being robbed. But okay, there is that. maybe you could do it certain times of the day. Maybe you could have it open from like 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, say, you know, because a lot of thieves, obviously, they come out more at night, don't they? It's just an idea, you know, probably fall upon deaf ears, but I'd give it a go. At least trial it in a couple of churches, you know, see what happens. Maybe there's some other people. I know there's a few groups on Facebook which I'm a member of, about lost churches and whatnot. People do what I do, go out exploring churches. So if they was all to get on board, I think we'd have quite a good petition of people which could possibly make a difference and make this sort of thing happen. So I'm at Sharpenhoe Clappers now, which is a National Trust site, which is just a vast expanse of countryside, and I think it signifies the end or the start for the Chiltern Hills. I might be wrong, but there's so many trails around here. You can walk any which way you like, and apparently there is a trig point here, but it's not at the highest level for whatever reason. I'm assuming it's just a marker for geography. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, it is stunning up here. The views are absolutely amazing. Even though it's a misty day, you can still make out what's going on down there. But it would be a nice hike on a hot, well, not even on a hot day, on a clear day. It'd be nice. Not many people around. You can tell in the car park there's a lot of activity, and there's a lot of rubbish in the car park, and that's bloody awful. Like all McDonald's wrappers and sweet wrappers and God knows what, and it's obviously a bit of a hidey hole for our youngsters in their little fucking courses, you know what I mean? Never mind, we've all done that sort of stuff. But yeah, brilliant place to come for a walk. Now, because I'm a fucking clumsy idiot, I just had to walk back the way that I came, because I've got a backpack, and in that backpack I'd folded up my hiking cane and wedged it in between the zips, so just the handle was poking out the top. But I must have got it caught going underneath a tree or a shrub or something, and it's undone the bag and the cane went missing. Luckily I walked back the way that I came, and someone kindly hung it from a tree. So, oh fucking hell, you couldn't make it up, could you? I need to secure it a little bit better than what I did. But I'd say there's a couple of areas here that you sort of get your back caught up in a, you know, in a low shrub or tree or something, you know, so it's going to tear off your hat or your hiking cane out your bag. But that's just me. It's going to happen to me, innit? Because I'm the world's most clumsiest fucking bloke, I tell you. But I have found it, so no problem. What I'm doing now, anyway, I've took another little trail round, and I'm going to see whether there's a little spot that I can fire up the jet boil. I don't really want to sit on the ground. I'd like to find a log or a bench or something to do it. Yeah, I'm not too good on the ground. Not because I don't want to, it's because my knackered legs don't really allow it. I find it very uncomfortable sitting on the floor, so that's why I have to find a bit of a seat. Do you know what I mean? That was most enjoyable. I really enjoyed having a walk around there. That was absolutely stunning, that was. With a view like that and having a coffee was, oh, it's just awesome. Everyone that I walked past was nice and said hello. There was a younger woman there. I'm assuming she was a bit of a, I shouldn't stereotype, but she, a little bit of a hippie, a little bit like that, really obscenely friendly, which, I don't know, just the way she spoke to me, and I don't know, it was really nice. Just the way she communicated with me was just, I don't know, it made you feel nice, you know what I mean? Made you feel special. After all the negativity in the world, just meeting someone like that, even for a few seconds, was just absolutely fucking lovely. Yeah, fair play on her. Anyway, that's that. So I'm gonna head back to Stevenage now. I've done well over my steps for today, so I'm gonna go and put my feet up for a while and then get cleaned up, ready for tomorrow's scan. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be going out anywhere tomorrow. It all depends on how I feel after this scan. All I know is they're going to inject me with dye, and they're going to inject me with beta blockers to slow your heart rate down. So I don't know what I'm going to feel like after I come out of hospital. I mean, I'm already fucking nervous about it, as you know. So who knows? I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do. I might put my feet up afterwards, might go out somewhere. I want to go out somewhere. I need to do the steps, because I'll be really bloody disappointed after all this time now, because I'm on 470 something days now in a row doing 10,000. So to give it up now, or to miss a day, will be fucking heartbreaking. So anyway, we'll see what tomorrow brings, but for now, I'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Please give me a like and a subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll catch you again soon.